And Paul, these lines coming out of Iran just to remind us to focus in on what's happening with the oil price. We're up at 76 is the handle on Brent right now. Does this put inflation fears back on the agenda if, for some parts of the market, they left?
Hi, good morning, Anna. Yes, I think it absolutely does. In fact, I would probably say that the most extreme market moves that we saw in reaction to the latest tensions or flare up in the relationship between the US and Iran was in the bond market, was in the government bond market. We saw a pretty big jump in US Treasury yields right across the board from 2s to 30s, up about 8 basis points in the session yesterday. Seeing a bit of follow through on that into European bonds today. The US 2-year yield is pretty close to the highest that it's been in more than a year. That is just sort of, you know, the increase that we've got in oil prices is putting back onto people's agenda the possibility we'll have to have higher for longer US interest rates. The oil move itself was looking relatively contained. I'm not sure what these latest headlines will do, but it's certainly starting to pop up a little bit higher as well. Equities, though, I think they were following their own narrative. They weren't paying so much attention. So that's why I think, as you say, the bond market and the inflation risks is what's really sort of has people twitchy this morning.
Let's talk about the equity markets, though. Cosby just closed in a bear market, Paul. How's retail feeling? What's the kind of the next step here? We're below the 50 DMA. Kind of talk me through what people are saying around what happens next with that market.
Yeah, so I think for Korea, one of the telling points is going to be whether, having seen these valuations come lower, we see foreign investors starting to step back in being the dip buyers and replacing the retail traders, which are feeling pretty burnt at this moment in time. I think the other dynamic that you want to pay attention to in Asia's equity markets at the moment is this big rotation trade theme. So while the Kospi has been falling, we've seen a big rally in Hang Seng markets and Hong Kong markets today. The biggest world equity mover in the first few days of this month has been the Hang Seng Tech Index, the lowest or the worst performer, the Kospi. So that tells you that rotation trade's going on. People also looking again more favourably at India, Singapore as well.
And within the Asia space, as Korea tries to elevate the view of it from around the world, Paul, Indonesia facing a different fate.
Yeah, poor old Indonesia. It took another little bit of a body blow today. We heard from S&P, Dow Jones at S&P overnight talking about the idea that they could also consider demoting Indonesia to a frontier market status if it doesn't follow through on the reforms that it's already talked about. So it's kind of another admission that it's on warning and watch, although this one not quite so significant as some of the other indexes for Indonesia.